Alright, we got some sunshine, some really great weather this time of year. We got the little winter summer door out. And the chainsaw, so there's your symbols. You don't want hot engine air going on the carburetor in the summertime, so you close it off like such. In the winter you turn it around so the hot air comes in there and keeps the carburetor from freezing up. Well, I just did my routine. Clean it out with the compressor. It's good and clean now. This saw runs amazing. MS261C. I love this thing. But there's a weak point on these. All these chainsaws now are all the same. You see this is a sandwich of 3 layers of metal. Piece on the left. You can see with the naked eye it's way thicker than the piece on the right. Well, guess what? The other side's exactly the same. What does that tell you? These 2 outside layers are like wedges. There's a narrow edge here and a wide edge here. So the chain, it wears unevenly because you've got a thick side and a thin side. Well, the thin side wears out before the thick side, and then your chain is cut and crooked. So there's a way to, you can actually out in the field flip this thing over and keep going. But once both edges are doing that, you got to clamp it in a vise and you got to dress it. If you don't have a bar dresser, which most people don't, it's like a table with a wheel that spins, and you just run this up against. It's kind of like a skate sharpener actually, but it's for chainsaw bars. I don't have one of them. I never will have one. I'm not going to buy one. So this thing's all cleaned up. I used the actual surface of the drill press to check and see if it was square. And we're in front of the Delta Milwaukee double head drill press. And the thing I like the most about this drill press, it's got this big, it's almost like a surface. It is like a surface plate. It's very much like a surface plate. One big cast iron plate. It's got a lot of scratches and things, but it's not super precise what I'm doing here, but that's pretty square. I think a 1, 2, 3 block would be the best way to check this. This is just an old square that I bought at a garage. My wife bought it at a garage sale, and I kind of stole it from her. She didn't know what a good tool it was, so it's not a machinist square. But I got it a lot squarer than it was. It's still not perfect. That's pretty good. Anyway, I'll have to do it again because the more the chain runs on that, the more it's going to wear on one side again. I think this is a common problem. The next chainsaw bar I buy, I'm going to pull it out of the box right at the dealer, and I'm going to bring the most precise calipers I have. I got those dial calipers, Mitutoyo, I guess, and measure the 2 thicknesses right where you do the most cutting's done right here. I'm going to measure both sides. If I get different measurements on each layer, I'm going to ask for another bar. And as long as he has more than one in stock, that's the other problem. And these dealers don't carry a lot of stock anymore. They'll have 1, maybe 2 of these. If they're both like that, I guess I have to either go buy one like this or order one. He may not order another one. And the next one might be the same again. These are run through a belt sander, pretty sure. And either the belt sander's not very precise. They could be doing it on purpose, because if you're a dealer and you sell chainsaws to people and they bring them back telling you, no matter how much I file this thing, it still cuts crooked. I don't know what it is. And the dealer might say, well, we have a robotic machine that can correct that. It can't be done by humans. I don't know what they're saying to the people. And then they dress it with their machine. Or they tell them they need a new bar. I don't know what they say. Anyway, if you can correct this problem by yourself, if you understand what the problem is, you're way better off. Alright, so the chain is filed, and the only thing I want to do is check the rakers on the chain. So I'll reassemble it and we'll check that. I like these captive nuts on here. You can't lose them. This saw here, I think the motor's kind of probably had it. Compression's not there anymore. Really hard to start, and it doesn't seem to have the power it used to have. Especially if you turn it on its side like this, it doesn't run as good as if it is upright like this. Which I can't, not really sure why it's doing that, but so my plan for this one is to order a short box. So that's the cylinder, crankcase, piston, everything assembled. You just have to change all the outside, all the parts, carburetor, fuel tank, everything you see here. The only thing you can't see is the short block here. So maybe over the winter I'll do that. And there's one other machine I want to do that too. I priced out the short block on the other one, and it was like 70 bucks on Amazon every day. So I might order myself one of those. And just watching some of the big air-cooled engine channels, and they say it's probably cheaper to go that route than to buy. I was thinking originally buy a piston and a cylinder, the jug, and change those, but they said it's probably almost the same price to order the short block. So I priced it out, and they're pretty accurate. It's not much difference. So that'll be a project this winter, and minus 40 outside. We'll do that in a nice heated shop. So for now, I'm gonna put that back together. I think I got 7 trees to trim this week at one embassy. So yeah, my back is really sore. I hurt my back last week. I don't know how, but still not 100%. So running a chainsaw and dragging brush and chipping and climbing trees is probably not something you should do with a sore back. I think the doctor would say, don't do that. So, but I said, doctor, like, how do I pay my mortgage? How do I make a living? So today it's beautiful out, and I'm not doing any tree work, so it kind of sucks. But this little tip helps you. I don't know. Every bar I have does the same thing now. It's just, I think if people complained about it enough, maybe the manufacturers would do something about it. You see, this said originally made in Germany. I wouldn't be one bit surprised these are made in China. Maybe the sprocket on the end isn't installed. Ship it to Germany, they install the sprocket, paint it, and then claim that it's made in Germany. Maybe I'm wrong. But there's some sort of lack of quality there. It's a quality issue because, you know, you're paying a lot of money for these saws. These are not cheap saws. This is a high-end, this is a pro saw. When you see the serial number, where is it? Yeah, you see aluminum body like that, serial number printed right into the aluminum like that. That's the difference between a home use saw and a pro. It's made to last, and they're about more than double the price of a home use saw. So you get what you pay for, is what I'm saying. This thing will run for, I don't know, maybe 1,500, 2,000 hours, and the home saws are used, I think they're kind of designed to run for under 100 hours. Yep, so that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.